Pues estamos justo donde lo dejamos. Que tenemos a nuestro compañero al lado. Ha pasado un día. ¿Qué podemos tocar aquí? ¿Me dejan hacer algo aquí?
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The
Aún es de
sheets look
noche.
awful.
¿Puedo dormir?
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
Meterse en las sábanas, ¿no? Vamos a dormir.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes.
¿Tendrá cara mejor mañana o qué?
And then sleep doesn't come.
No nos han dicho lo que he hecho. Han dicho que el sueño no
And
viene.
then sleep doesn't come.
Ahora, no llego. Yo quiero dormir. ¿Por qué?
Maybe it's the bed's fault.
Culpa de la revisar.
Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly.
Revisar la sábana.
It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing. Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily.
Básicamente estamos teniendo como pesadillas, ¿no? O la mente pensando. Ponerse en el otro lado.
It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
Vale. ¿Quién lo mató?
Something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves.
Bájale un poco. Vale, basta de pensar, es hora de dormir.
Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Ok. Vale. Uy, mira. Es como un sueño esto. Sí, ¿no? Pero no tanto. Hostia, ¿estoy yo colgado? Guay, ¿no?
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
¿Este olor de tu infancia? ¿Qué es esto?
What it says on the can, Harry. Answer the question.
Me llamo Harry, vale. Nací en un hospital al que la gente va a morir.
You're not kidding anyone, Harry. You don't remember shit. Tell me,
Lo que es una mierda. Dime.
do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
Dime qué está pasando. No voy a responder hasta que me digas quién eres. Ah, disculpa. ¿La mano de quién?
Do you remember the warmth of her thighs between her legs and in her mouth?
Me dejó.
That's right, funky baby. And you just stood there. One hand on the bottle and the other on your dick.
Literalmente Z,
Watching her go. Let it all be dragged away from you. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
¿Dónde están mis amigos? Están muertos seguramente. No quiero volver.
They were only cramping your descent into the abyss. Now they're gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. All of it. You failed. You failed me.
Fallaste mi quién eres.
You failed Elysium.
¿Quién es Elysium? ¿Qué es Elysium?
Everything. The pale and the useless. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. But you dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people.
Vale.
And you failed every single one of
Tú y yo
them.
hemos hablado antes.
No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself. That's all you ever do. Even in your dreams. And the actor's wearing thin. The spots of the disco ball fade around you.
Un puto trauma, ¿eh?
You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time. Sweating up the bed.
Aquí ya habla cerebro reptiliano.
Stinky boy.
Sistema límbico pestoso. Puedo recuperarme de esto.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding?
Intento resolver este caso.
You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
¿Cómo? Dios, ¿hay otro tipo?
Oh, yes, party boy. And it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes, too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all.
Me hace gracia que está colocado con una bola de discoteca.
Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Pica de mierda. Joder, qué puto turbio. Cada vez que doblo me pasará esto. Está destrozado. Ah, al máximo. Tiene una puta autoridad que flipas. A ver.
Good going, buddy.
Bien hecho, colega. Hostia puta, ¿qué coño ha sido esto? Acabo de tener el más hermoso de los sueños. Alentador, rejuvenecedor. ¿Así es como va a ser cada vez que cierro los ojos?
Yes. Wait till you see the one with the chick in it. It's gonna be a good one. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
Por eso se emborracha. ¿Qué chica?
You don't know? You don't know? Some broad that messed you up. It'll come to you. It always does.
Qué chungo. ¿Qué coño me está pasando?
You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this.
No, no es eso.
Detectives
Sí, yo me
need to be
encuentro-
able to think.
Yo me encuentro fetén. ¿Por qué me pasa esto?
It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more.
Es hora de drogarse.
Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself.
No sigas haciéndote esto. Un tito ni más. Ejercer de detective es mi vida. Aceptar la idea, no. No puedo con esto. No voy a ir a buscar Speed. Espera, ¿qué es el Speed?
Speed is a potent central nervous system stimulant. It kept you propped up all day yesterday, despite your debilitating hangover.
Hombre, con las
How
hostias que me
else did you
pegaron...
think you even got up from this floor?
No vamos a hacer que sea un borracho.
You got up from this floor
Sé que
because
sé
of a
todos los días,
holy
pero no quiero.
vow you made 16 years ago with me to wake up exactly 7:30 every morning until the day you die.
O sea, mi voluntad. Creo que es...
Don't be silly. There was no vow. You were high on speed. That was the only reason you got up. You can't detect
No,
without
no voy a
it.
buscar Speed.
Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days?
No sé, más o menos.
Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make
Sí,
it.
que dirán.
Half the town will be dead by then. You
Sí, no
will be
quieres Speed.
fired.
Eso es mentira. Puedo hacer esto sin speed. No va a morir media ciudad. Hostia, ¿me afectará físicamente el no tomar speed?
Suit yourself, slow, sad shellman. See how you do with.
Vale. Qué hardcore, ¿no? Vale. ¿Aquí me marca algo o qué? ¿Me va a afectar? Sí, yo imagino que sí, ¿no? Tendría sentido, vamos. A ver, vamos a llamar. Estará abajo mi amigo. Mira el sindicato. Está abierto el sindicato, vamos a hablar con ellos, pero vamos, ipso facto. Chico, buenos días. Dame speed.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The union muscle turned up. They look rowdy.
Vale.
We should talk to them.
Vale, o sea, tenía que esperar a hoy para que apareciesen. ¿A qué te refieres con los pendencieros? ¿Son estos de los que nos habló ayer Garte?
I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said.
Por su aspecto. Sí, vale, sí.
One loose thread less to worry about. And one big problem to replace it.
Tacha algo en su cuaderno, perfecto. ¿A qué te refieres con los pendencieros?
I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the union.
Vale.
Men who drink beer for breakfast? There's talk of an armed wing of the union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state
No le voy a
policing.
decir lo de los
I think it's
refuerzos,
them.
no tiene sentido.
One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Sin seguir con otros asuntos.
Good. A power move. Purposefully concentrate on something else first.
Vale. Autoridad. Vamos a ir primero a pegarnos con el tío ese.
Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms.
Vale.
But aren't you curious to know what they have to say
Sí.
about the murder?
Tengo curiosidad, pero...
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you.
No, vamos primero a pegarnos, a ver si podemos descolgar el cadáver. Se van a joder. Lo siento, gente, pero... Si falla lo del cadáver, volvemos. ¿Aún estará el capullo de Q aquí? De Cuno, perdona, Q. ¿Dónde está aquí? Me ha hecho mala pasada a mi mente. Cuno. Literalmente podría ser el cubo, pero no es. ¿Se acaba de mover eso? Aquí siempre está oscuro. Soy fatal en esta zona, ¿no?
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw
Tampoco...
you. You have.
Vale, espera. Quiero pegarlo. Pero no puedo... No podré. No podré. Día 2. Finamos que hoy es lunes. A ver, ¿qué tenemos para hacer? El miércoles. Esto no podemos hacerlo, ¿no? Vale, estamos a martes, no sirve. Damos dinero antes de la noche. Vale. Vale, nada. Kuno te mintió. Vamos con Kuno. Este nada, no lo voy a hacer. Vale, podemos hacer este. Podemos llamar a la comisaría, que tenemos varias cosas. Vale. Tabaco o tal vez un libro de hombre... ¿Quién más? Vale, un libro. Porque tabaco, puedo comprar tabaco. Vamos a verlo. Hacer las pasas con Kuno puede ser interesante. Ya hemos visto que no podemos pegarle. Le tendría que haber pegado un tiro, ¿no? ¿Vendes tabaco?
A colorful display of cigarettes and
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health.
Vale, dame... Constitución. Cigarrillos.
Here you go, mister.
Vale, le traemos tabaco a Q. Darle tabaco a un niño, claro que sí. Me parece coherente. A ver, ya está hecho a perder. Un poco más, no le pasa nada. La chica esa se ha ido. Uy. ¿Cómo coño ha subido ahí? ¿Esa chica? Hola, Kuno. Toma tabaco.
Have you come to make your offering to Kuno?
A ver. Vale, vamos a darle a la nicotina. Kuno, saca un paquete de cigarrillos.
Put it away. The information here isn't worth it.
No vale la pena.
Back off, fuck eyes! Kuno is a man. Kuno can smoke if he wants.
the lieutenant doesn't like this. It may be less destructive to your working relationship to just come back alone later.
Vale, que volvamos solos. Vale. Tienes razón, no debía darle los cigarrillos a un crío.
Fuck you too, Piggo. Fuck you and your
Please don't waste time on nonsense.
The lieutenant does not approve of this.
Don't listen to the blind fuck.
Vale.
You can pay tribute to Kuno.
Vale. Tenemos que volver cuando no esté ese, o sea, por la noche. Qué mal, hemos desaprovechado una oportunidad. Vale, pues con lo de la comisaría. Vamos a llamar para ver si me pueden tratar.
In the morning light, the white on blue police livery on the motor carriage cannot but catch your eye.
Espera, ¿qué hago pensando esto? No tenía yo que...
Do something important? Something murder related? There's always something important. Doesn't mean you can't take a moment. This is a Caprice Kinema, the Caprice Motor Corps follow-up to their highly successful workhorse
Vale.
with its air-cooled, rear-mounted 12-cylinder compression ignition engine, driving the rear wheels through
¿Por qué
a
lo sabes todo esto?
4-speed manual gearbox. The Kinema is able to reach 100 kilometers per hour in 13.5 seconds and go on to a top speed
Vale.
of 180 kilometers an hour.
No se va a volcar a hacer un cruzco.
The high center of balance is offset by a large battery bank mounted at the bottom of the cabin, feeding all the auxiliary systems and making the Kinema effectively a mobile power
Vale,
plant.
tanta jerga técnica me está poniendo a 1000 por hora.
Due to a quite steep price tag, it is very unusual to see one in police livery.
Este bicharraco le da verdadero sentido al loco en locomoción. Señala el vehículo, qué pasada. No me gusta su máquina, teniente. Parece poco práctica. No. No, este, que le gustará, que este está contento de su coche. Este bicho le da un verdadero sentido al loco en locomoción.
You want to take a closer look?
Una máquina magnífica. Pasar tu mano por la suave superficie metálica.
Yes. An extraordinary machine.
Ok.
It's nice and all, but why so modest? Put some zing into it.
No.
Flare it up.
Este,
Slam it down.
este sería el cubo del juego, tío. La electroquímica. Siempre dando malas ideas.
It's a bit girly right now. Fit it with some proper off-road components.
Tienes que darle un toque, Kim. Hacerlo más imponente. Con un cabresante y neumáticos todopoderosos podríamos llevarlos por caminos estrellados, Kim. Este.
We are not going to, though, because this is clearly a sports motor carriage.
Vale. ¿Qué llevas ahí? Señala el motor.
130.
130, joder.
I reckon that's a 7-liter V12 there.
Es como flotar por vía un B12 de 7 litros.
7.2. Supercharged.
Le gusta esto.
Saying these words brings him immense joy.
Bien hecho, en marcha. Vale. Somos amiguitos ahora. Las malas ideas en tu cabeza.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Vale, en coger la radio de nuevo.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Vale, la de la conexión contigo. Por favor, póngame. No. Alice, por favor, conéctame con la lanzaret de la comisión contigo.
It will take just a moment of...
Her voices fade out.
Gottlieb, what do you want?
He's
Vale.
carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy.
Estoy muy mal, doctor. Muy mal.
Oh, it's you.
Suena desagradablemente sorprendido. No, hombre, no. Z, ¿qué has hecho con este hombre?
Was that a snarl or a suppressed groan? No love for you here.
Soy pisafuegos. Creo que he sufrido un infarto. He perdido la memoria. Toda. Doctor, ¿alguien me ha roto el corazón? No. ¿No hay nada que puedas hacer por mí? He perdido la memoria.
With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs and alcohol, I'm not surprised.
Hostia.
There is no surprise in his voice, only careless superiority.
¿No te sorprende? De acuerdo. ¿Algo más?
What else? I'm not a brain doctor. Look on the bright side. You've got a whole new life now.
Joder.
Use it wisely.
Perfecto.
It's hard to say if he doesn't believe you or doesn't care.
Creo que he sufrido un infarto.
And you survived it. Congratulations. Are you mobile?
Bien.
Even better. Anything else? I wouldn't worry about that. Officers...
Accept it. The body is an object, and objects break down. Do what good you can with yours, before the rest goes too.
No hay nada que puedas hacer por mí. Joder, no me ayuda
What?
nada.
You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are across the board? You want another rundown of everything collapsing inside your body?
Lo entiendo, será mejor. No. Sí, quiero la verdad, coño.
You want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking, eat magnesium and vitamin D. Our station is not our retirement home. We don't have the funds to deal with rock stars past their prime.
So it's political. You're being neglected because of political reasons.
Vale, por razones políticas.
And no, I don't want to hear a political commentary on the topic. In fact, I got work to do. Some idiot has glued his eyelids shut with cyanoacrylate.
Okay.
It's not fucking cryoacrylate. It's super glue, Doc.
Supongo, doctor, alguien me ha roto el corazón.
Look, pal, getting pumped and dumped is not a disease. People live through it all the time. You should be happy for her.
Joder. No me cae súper mal este tío. ¿Sabes quién es esa persona? ¿Te lo he contado?
You must have me confused for a close personal friend. I am not. I am a medical professional with a constant idiot emergency on my hand.
One needs tending to right now, he thinks, looking around the room. God, these apes.
Soy pisafuegos.
Firewalker? Oh, yes, you are. Just don't breathe in the general. Do exactly that. Put yourself out of your misery. Take a deep, diaphragmatic breath in and...
Tienes que estar de coña.
I'm the most serious person at the station, detective. Now, do
Supongo
you
que esto
have
puedo...
any...
¿En serio? Qué asco.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Hablamos con la comisaría.
Right.
10-4, come in. Fireworker, over.
Algunos de las personas de los que me gustaría hablar.
Okay, 10-4, sir.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through.
¿Qué hay que pensar?
You're going to be looking at a straitjacket if you tell everyone you lost your memory. Be smart about this.
Está solo.
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question.
Vale. A ver, que hay mucho texto aquí. Vale. ¿Hay alguien en la sala?
That's a negative, sir. I got a 10-12 here. Over.
¿Alguna vez le he hablado de mi vida anterior a la MCR?
10-4, well, that's,
Eso es.
Does he actually want something, or is he hell-bent on disrupting our work?
Hostia, ¿no me habéis dicho que está solo?
He asked if he ever told me about his days before joining the Earth.
For God's sake, cut this shit out! Tell him to stop wasting time.
Sir, Satellite Officer Vicmar says...
Oído.
So, was there anything else?
Bueno. Quería saber si tiene anotada la descripción de mi placa en tu informe. ¿Podría leerme nombre, rango, fecha y nacimiento?
What? What is it? He's still on the line?
¿Está en línea?
He wants to verify his information.
But of course, it says Dick Mullen, High General of the Revolutionario Cavalry Force.
¿Usted no está en la enfermería? Hijo de puta.
Tell him to stop wasting time.
What do you need, sir? Over.
¿Alguna noticia sobre mí, esto, mi familia?
10.
You probably don't want to continue on this road.
Pensé que podría saber algo, eso, todo. Me va a pillar depresión, ¿no?
No, sir, I haven't. You're not really keen on mentioning your home life, so I've always assumed things weren't that good on that front. Over.
Por favor, de ahora en adelante dirígete a mí por mi nombre completo.
10-9, repeat message. I didn't get that, sir. Over.
Deja de llamarme señor y usa mi maldito nombre, ¿vale? No lo sabe.
What? What is it? What can he possibly still want from us?
No tengo el apoyo de nadie.
He seems intoxicated and keeps asking me to call him by his
¿Cómo
name.
que parezco borracho?
Mullen's drunk and emotionally aggressive. That's...
Wrap it up. Don't indulge in his drunken antics.
Understood, sir. Over. Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
Madre de Dios. Vamos a terminar una tarea. Cosa que está bien. Pero tenía algo más, ¿no? Lo del cuno, lo de las meadas. No, esto nada. No, fumarte pitillos. No. Vale. Arriba había alguien, no sé si se puede subir. ¿Quién denunció el crimen? Laura declaró que nada. Encuentra tu arma. Vale. Hemos subido a otro nivel, que no puedo subir esto. De momento, entonces... Creo que voy a tirar por voluntad. Es importante, creo. O mundo interior. O sugestión. Espíritu de corpse. No. Voluntad. Y he explorado todo lo que hay por aquí. ¿Quién eres tú? No tengo una mierda. No sé quién es ese, me da igual. ¿Qué pone aquí?
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
Abstracción imposible, porque estoy mirando este muro.
You have no clue. It's just a wall. So many walls all over Martinez. With
¿Qué me pide
just
esto?
an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Abstracción. Qué raro. Ya puedo entrar por aquí.
Can't believe you didn't take the shot.
que era. ¿Y esto? Magnesio. Nice. Pillo todo, pillo. Conseguimos dinero. Aquí hay alguien. Podría haber visto algo. ¿Por qué no he ido aquí antes?
It's been a week and now they show up.
No se me enteré y ahora aparecen. Está hablando de mí. Un montón de agujeros de bala en la pared. Eso es importante, coño. ¿No hace referencia? ¿De aquí? Coño. A ver. Yo he entrado por aquí. Y solo he ido por aquí, pero por aquí parece que puedo entrar, ¿no? No, ¿por dónde salgo yo? Por aquí. Ah, no, pero está más arriba. Nada, nada. Vamos a intentar hablar con este.
There must be another way into the building.
Vale, por arriba. Tú, escucha.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for...
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
¿Por qué susurra? ¿Te das cuenta de que resulta sospechoso? Como si ya estuvieras en problemas. Tranquilo, que no lo has encontrado. Solo quiero saber qué se cuece por estos lares. Demasiado tarde, jovencito. Los problemas te han encontrado. Nada. El tercero, tranquilo.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Puede que la gendarmerie necesite hablar contigo.
Is it really that important?
Sí.
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
La ventana vecinal.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Vale. ¿Tienes una buena vista del patio de Whirling? ¿Hay algo que puedas decirnos acerca del ahorcamiento?
I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
Vale, es demasiado bueno, ¿ok?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last
A este le
Sunday?
gusta aquí.
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
¿Fuiste tú? Mira aquí.
No, not you two. Some more muscular type.
Alguien más musculoso.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
¿Vale?
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
Bien, Kim.
I had a friend over.
¿Qué clase de amigo?
It was my Sunday friend.
Mi amigo de los domingos.
Makes sense. Friends are nice on Sunday. You don't have to work. You can just spend time with pals, watching rugby and drinking beer.
¿Cómo se llama tu amigo? ¿Presenció algo?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. In the neighboring windows, you can see faint reflections of his silhouette.
¿Me dices cómo te llamas?
All
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
Es Jab Martín, gente. Martín Martínez. Jab Martín.
Martin
Increíble.
Martinez, good local name. Let's go with that.
Increíble.
No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Convencerlo de que se quede. Venga, Z, tú puedes.
This isn't the place or time for questions. Who knows who might be watching from the distance, hidden behind the curtains?
Oye, mira. Intento hacer las cosas bien. ¿No podemos vernos y hablar en otro sitio?
For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable. Something moves in the depths of his feline eyes.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
Sobre la barandilla.
But, hold on. What's that? For a split second, his hand lingers, as though gesturing towards a stone. placed right next to the front door.
Ok.
It's a sign.
Es una señal.
Good luck with the investigation.
Vale, vale, vale. Podemos proseguir por aquí. Se marcha. A ver. Y va por aquí. Hay una señal, hay una puerta, hay una llave aquí.
He's gone.
Pues se ha marchado. Debemos ir tras él, a ver dónde ha ido.
No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
Entonces nos rendimos y ya está.
He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type.
Vale, hemos descubierto que hay alguien más que está preguntando. Importante.
He did leave us a sign. Did you see that? He wanted to draw our attention to that stone right over there.
Está bien porque si no lo hubiese superado te lo diría Kim.
If we find a way inside the building, we can ask around for it.
Hay una llave aquí, ¿no?
A stone, like any other, lying in a whirl of sleet and mud. There's a key beneath it, rusty from the dirt.
Perfecto.
This must be for the front door. Pity it doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has many apartments and a man can be in any of them.
¿Cómo vamos a encontrar el apartamento correcto?
We'll just have to go in and see.
Bueno, pues entramos. Puta madre. Un progreso. ¿Qué es esto? ¿Unas gafas? Gafas abatibles. Interesante. La caja está llena de productos químicos de limpieza. Huele a detergente. Vamos a investigar un poco. Avisos de desahucio y mascotas desaparecidas pegando unos encima de otros. ¿Vale? Un viejo banco zapatero. Hay botas, zapatillas y pantuflas viejas. Nada, apartamento X. ¡Alcohol! Pero me baja la moral, cuidado con ello. Está bien. Y me dan el magnesio al lado. ¿Aquí? ¿Dinero? Joder, estoy entre las casas robando, tío. Buen RPG. Ah, esto es la salida, bueno. Ah, ¿no? ¿Qué es esto? Espera, vamos abajo, terminamos de examinar. Aquí hay unas botas que voy a robar vilmente. ¿Alguien ha dibujado una estrella de 5 puntos en la pared?
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board said no reply.
Echa a mirar el candado.
It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise.
Vale. ¿Tengo para cortar? Sí.
This door has been closed with a padlock.
Yeah.
The shackle snaps like a twig.
After you, detective.
Hostia, qué apartamentos de mierda. ¿Qué es esto? Un señor.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth, Krasmazov Nomdegir, was an economist and a theoretical historian. He was a leading figure in the Grad side of the turn of the century
revolution,
where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism. Mazovian thought Mazovianism.
¿Por qué tiene este inquilino un busto de Crash Mason en su dormitorio?
The White Star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
Qué apropiado, la verdad es que sí. Fotos de un revolucionario posando con armas, ¿ok? Libros de teórica crítica sobre los engendros del capital y cosas por el estilo. Perfecto. ¿Entrado aquí para nada o qué? Uy, una bala. Y una chaqueta chula. Perfecto. ¿Cuánto dinero?
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture.
Número
The
10.
number on the panel
Llamada a
says,
la puerta.
the walking stops abruptly, but no one comes
Están
through
robando.
the door. You can feel tension on the other side.
Llamar de nuevo.
A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
Una voz femenina. Policía, abra.
Do I have to open the door?
Volviendo más defensivo.
Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
Vale. Una postal. No sé para qué se ven las putas postales. Apartamento 9. Dinero. Vale. Estamos dropeando, eso se entiende. Apartamento número 8.
Give me a moment.
Joder, hacen trabajar a todo el mundo aquí, ¿no?
The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
¿Está usted bien? ¿Quiere que llame a un médico?
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
You're still worried. It's very worrying.
Es muy alarmante, joder.
Now, what do you want from me,
Algo de
policeman?
medicina si quieres. ¿Qué quiere de mí, señor policía?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
Busco a Martín Martínez.
Oh, you'll find plenty of Martins here. Don't you worry.
¿Qué quiere decir? No estaba bromeando. No lo entiendo. Busco una persona de verdad llamada Martín Martínez. Bueno, me dijo que se llama Martín Martínez.
Pea-brain. Someone played a trick on you. Martin Martinez is a name for anyone who comes from Martinez. Like Tim Jambrock or Raoul Ravachol.
Martínez. O sea, que todos son Juan Martín en este pueblo.
Oops. You really didn't get the joke there.
I thought it was obvious. Anyway, officer, we don't have the witness's name.
¿Qué me dice un joven delgado de unos 25 años y de pelo oscuro? Estaba fumando en el balcón. ¿Sabe de dónde vive?
Yes, yes.
Buenas, Nicola.
I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil.
Está en el
Right?
pasillo.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
En ninguno. Solo quiero hablar con él. Se le busca por asesinato. Voy a pasear el resto de su vida en las sombras. No, ¿no? ¿Sabe dónde vive?
Talk?
Vale.
He lives upstairs in room
Número
28.
28.
Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there.
Casa por la noche.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
Vale, ya está. No hace falta que le digamos más. ¿Cómo estás, Nicoro? Pues bien, hemos encontrado una pequeña ruta. No hemos conseguido tumbar al bicho, pero bueno. Paso a paso. Alguien ha derribado la pared. Interesante. Debajo del mar parece frío. Hostia, curación. Bien, 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 bien. Dropeo. Algunos cheques y una vieja lista de compra. Lo que no hemos descolgado es aún el cadáver. ¿Esto os pasa bien? Esto es para salir para el otro lado. Bueno, ya hemos visto todo abajo. Qué chulada, ¿no? El sitio. Botella.
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
Kim, que era retórica.
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
Empezamos por el grupo sanguíneo y luego ya lo vamos viendo. Hepatitis sí. ¿Cuándo te examinaron por última vez? Esto. Vamos a vacilarla.
Had a battery of tests just last week. I'm practically a patchwork of interesting critters.
¿Me lo has dicho en serio?
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel
Muy
oil.
pesado. No dejas de mirar de reojo. ¿A qué estás mirando? O sea, todo el mundo se mira de reojo. Qué raro.
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms.
¿Es el que fuma? No, no.
Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That was on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Alguien tiene que vigilarla, ¿vale?
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershore. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Mott.
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing.
A ver, probablemente la representante de Will Pins. Hostia, con este tenemos que hablar, pues.
You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, you know? Do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her out.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd like to watch her swim back to Ozon.
¿Eso fue lo pesado?
Red dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself.
En
Back
Jamrock.
in Jamrock.
Nuestro coche.
She really did it. She's proud of it too.
Los papeles son nocivos, ¿sabes?
Something to think about next time you're driving around in your pretty little piggy carriage.
¿Qué le estás haciendo al muro?
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aerial
esto de aquí
graffiti
rojo.
visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
¿Por qué tanto empeño en pintarrejar el edificio?
This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash.
Vale.
I thought I'd mix it up. You know, summon the forces of crime and social chaos.
¿Quieres
With a
saber lo que
wall
pienso?
Yeah.
Me encanta el arte callejero. No te preocupes por nosotros. Sigue con tu rollo. Voy a tener que detenerte. Esto es un vandalismo. A Z le da igual que lo haga. La verdad es que te he mentido. No pienso nada. Me encanta el arte callejero.
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come.
You've lessened her desire to deface the building.
Has disimulado su deseo de desfigurar. Vale. ¿Sabes algo sobre el asesinato de hace unos días?
I ain't no snitch, Pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
¿Vale?
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
Vale. Así que no vas a hablar del asesinato, pero que quizás sí puedas decirme algo sobre la armadura desaparecida de la víctima.
What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells?
¿Acaso una armadura no es arte? ¿Arte para el cuerpo?
Ugh, alright. Sad piggy. I'll give you this one.
Vale.
I saw a little girl in the fishing village running around with military-grade handwear.
Los guantes.
Look, if you haven't been there, the village is a shithole down the coast from the main plaza. Have a good time.
Si no has estado allí, que sepas que la aldea es un estercolero empleado de la caza. Tan solo tienes que dirigirte hacia el sudeste. ¿Vale? Desde la plaza. Haz un gesto con la mano en dirección al oeste. Pásalo bien. Ok. Y le partieron la mano. Sí. Y allí hay una niña que lleva los guantes.
No. That's all the snitching Cindy the Skull does for today. Actually, I don't even know why.
Vale.
I have a weakness for animals. It's the animal thing again. Damn it.
Or a weakness for police officers, miss. Thank you either way.
Vale.
Watch your back.
O sea, por un lado tenemos para ir a hablar con la chica esa de abajo. ¿Qué hay aquí? A recoger. ¿Qué es esto? ¿He apuntado algo en la libreta? ¿Se puede entrar por aquí? Vale, por aquí sí. ¿Qué hay aquí? Volvemos al edificio. Caldera. A ver, primero esto. Alguien ha dormido aquí recientemente. ¿Habrá sido Cindy? Suficiente carbón para aguantar varios inviernos. Huele a productos químicos. Sí, seguramente sí. Vaqueros de trabajador por Lom. Vale, pillamos. Buenas, Chrisbox. Y dinero. El dinero es what. Acabo de robar a Cindy, creo. ¿Me dirá algo? No me ha dicho nada. Vale, ir abajo es interesante. Porque es una de las misiones que tenemos. Pero vamos primero con el otro chico. O vamos por aquí. Esto es para abajo, ¿no? Sí, esto es la salida para abajo. Vale, tenemos que venir aquí. Pero vamos primero con el otro chico. Vamos primero con el otro chico. Esto ya hemos abierto. Aquí he entrado. Aquí había el comunista. Ahí también he entrado. Esto es para salir. Esto sube. ¿Qué es lo que tengo en la cabeza? Creo que me está pillando algo chungo, ¿eh? Por no beber. Una puerta no ha nada. Vale, no hay nada de interés. Alguien está cultivando romero, tornillo y campo. Ok. A la 25 era, ¿no?
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really valued number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone's home.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening. We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.?
O sea, a la 1 tenemos que ir a darle los cigarros a Kuno y hablar con este. ¿A qué te
The
refieres?
smoker on the balcony. This is why we are here, right?
Sí.
Suddenly, he's a little worried about your memory. Don't worry. It's mostly all still here. You can remember things.
Me parece bien. Mañana a las 21.
Tomorrow, 9 p.m., right here. Apartment number 28.
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Remember, tomorrow, he's probably no one answered.
We should return tomorrow.
Vale. 29. Vale, es la inicio total. Desde el interior se oyen voces cantando. Ok. Vale, ¿esto de aquí puedo abrirlo? Antes no me dejaba, ¿no? Vale, espera. Me interesa intentar subir para allí. Cae mi gabardina. Perdón, pero hubo un show en la farmacia. ¿En serio? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó, señor Kissbox? No puedo abrir esto. Esto me da la llave el gilipollas este. Seguro, vamos. Vale, pues vamos a hablar con la del barco. Si podemos. Como último que haremos hoy. A ver si conseguimos algo. Se metieron ladrones y yo buscándolo. Pelea, etcétera, joder. Últimamente pasan muchas cosas, Parece ser que aquí hubo más construcciones hace muchas décadas. Yo he salido por aquí, ¿no? Dentro ves el chasis de un motor y las herramientas que utilizaban para desmontarlo. ¿A qué será mi coche? Apartamento... Ah, vale, si aquí es donde he entrado antes, ¿no? ¿Esto qué es? ¿Qué sale en azul? Uy, un traje. Sugestión, instinto. No, para mí. Así que tocó repartir un par de pasos. Ah, ¿no iban armados? Magnesio. Vale. Tenemos pociones, gente. El interior de esta barca brilla como si estuviera recién pintado. Okay. Aunque reservado para residentes, ok. El barco. Tu habitación de vuelo no es más grande que esta balda, a ver. Esto vale más de lo que ganaría en toda mi vida. Arma blanca, joder. Vale, es importante hablar con esta. A ver qué nos
A
dice.
striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets.
Good morning, officers. I'm Joyce.
Modo saludo.
Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
¿Qué? ¿Nos ha delatado? Estrechar la mano.
I'm glad to see you here.
Me alegro de verle aquí.
Like steel, there is strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
Como el acero. Tiene fuerza. Si quiere, podría hundir sus uñas por dentro de tu piel, joder.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will. Gladly.
Vale.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual.
Le avisa, qué guapo.
But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
Mentira.
It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition, but she appears helpful.
Está por todo un barco. Háblame de Woolpins. ¿A qué se dedica? ¿Qué puede contarme sobre la huelga? ¿Qué puede contarme sobre el linchamiento? ¿Sabía decirme algo de estos tatuajes? Está en un barco.
Why, yes, I am.
No sé de mucha gente en barcos. ¿Tiene algún nombre? ¿Tiene licencia para este barco? No, bueno. ¿Tiene algún nombre?
The boat? No. It is called Cordelati.
The word "it" feels strange. Such a beautiful boat deserves a proper name.
Sí, pero el barco necesita un nombre de verdad.
Okay. How about Cordelati 19?
Hija de puta.
Why? Because it was manufactured in Revachol East by a company called Cordelati, and its hull is 19 paces long.
¿Qué le parece ex algo?
The ex something.
Excitador.
The ex what?
Ex esposa. Excitador.
Oh, I do like the sound of that. It sounds so decisive, powerful.
Poderoso. Vale. ¿Y le gusta concluir?
My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
Mejor, querido.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with them.
I really do.
Me has dicho que pregunte cosas raras.
Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her.
No sé mucha gente en barco, ¿verdad? Creo que ya me he quedado con lo del barco.
Good.
Vale. ¿Qué puede contarme sobre la huelga?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
Espera, ¿y si quiero hablar de ciclos comerciales? ¿Qué papel desempeña en todo esto?
I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines.
And how are the talks going?
¿Cómo van las negociaciones?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place. Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Oh, ¿se refiere al cranométrico?
Yes, Jean-Luc Measurehead.
Vale, continuemos.
Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
Bien.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
No quería hablar con Gaumont. ¿Quién coño es Gaumont? Eso es importante seguro.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a
remuneraciones de
medical
las horas
plan.
extras. Hombre,
This
eso es
time their
obligatorio.
demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
¿Qué le pasó al tal Gaumont? Es importante. ¿Cuáles son sus demandas? ¿Qué le pasó a Gaumont?
Mr. Clare told him to... How did he put it?
El señor Clay dijo...
Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Mal.
Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
Vale.
Sounds like usual aggressive posturing.
Vale. ¿Los esquiladores de la puerta los puso usted allí?
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the union refuses to? If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you.
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
Vale, ¿cuáles son sus demandas?
There are leaflets everywhere and banners. What did they say again?
¿Qué podía ser?
Every worker, a member of the board.
¿Cómo? No sé qué pensar de eso. Es una postura comunista demasiado agresiva. Demasiado agresiva, sí. Es una propuesta comunista demasiado agresiva.
In its defense, another said, demand democracy. Pretty tame stuff compared to every worker, a member of the board.
Simples comparadas con cada trabajador un miembro de la Junta. Es que eso es muchísimo. La mayoría de ellos probablemente no sepan ni qué significa.
Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal.
Madre de Dios.
Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
No solo serían los amos de la compañía, también serían los reyes de Sineda. Vale. Los trabajadores no pueden ser reyes, el rey es el rey. El rey está muerto, larga vida... No, hombre, no. Esto es muy gracioso, tengo que admitirlo.
They're having a blast. But how can they afford it? After 4 months, my assumption was they would prefer a more practical solution.
¿Qué va a hacer?
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assumed that was just their opening position. A hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags.
Hostia.
A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Esta, para poneros en contexto, gente, básicamente es la que negocia con los del puerto, si no os habéis dado cuenta. Esta es la representante de todo el puerto. Y los otros están pidiendo, literalmente, ser miembros de la junta que dirige toda la empresa. Están putos zumbados.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
¿Cómo se enteró del linchamiento?
I first heard it from the boyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, call me mañana.
Un nombre que anunciaba su aversión al trabajo, creo que se identificó como mañana. Su respuesta es rápida. La tenía ensayada para responder esto.
This checks out.
Háblame del jefe del sindicato, del señor Claire.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always... Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
¿Tan malo es?
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
¿Como él?
Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Evrard does. And when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over.
Vale. O sea que básicamente los que están delante de la puerta debe ser Edgar y el otro, y el Claire, y sé cómo se llame, y se van intercambiando los hijos de puta, pero parecen el mismo.
It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
De cuotas de trabajadores, joder. ¿Qué hay del propio sindicato aparte de los hermanos Clay?
The Debarders Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act. But they did it. Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
A mob. The Debarders are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Hemos obligado a jugar con ellos, joder.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Evrard and his brother.
Fatal.
And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Debarders Union is...
A ver, el sindicato único es defensor de los derechos de los trabajadores locales, podría ser. Una sanguijuela gigante que le chupa la vida a Repecho. Esta me cae bien. Más que nada porque lo han dicho, que aquí no tenemos poder por culpa del sindicato. Entonces, si va mal es culpa suya. Una mafia socialista, así en resumidas cuentas. Una sanguijuela gigante que le chupa la vida a Revenchon.
Indeed, and a hungry one. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the leech always hungers.
Una cosita, ha mencionado cierto suceso en las elecciones internas, ¿verdad?
I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the union.
Uy.
She disappeared.
La que tiene el arma. La mujer que tiene el arma, seguro.
Disappeared?
Desapareció.
Yes. On the last day of the
sindicato es
local
buena
chapter
onda.
elections,
No me lo digas.
her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
Probablemente algún tipo de extorsión.
Indeed. The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a union matter.
Puede ser que la que llevaba el sindicato antes fuera parte de estos y la hubiesen metido como capataz al sindicato. Y los otros se hubiesen dado cuenta también, ¿eh? Recordemos que nos han dicho que es manipuladora
These
esta.
kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Tenemos que ir con cuidado con los Clays, que no me han ayudado, por cierto.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
Esto es lo que necesitamos, cambiamos de tema.
Of course. How else can I help?
Vale. ¿Qué puedes contarme sobre el linchamiento?
Quite a few things, I'm afraid.
Vale.
The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
No es el número de placa. No.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57, and this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment.
How curious. Why is that, detective?
¿A qué se debe eso el inspector? A mentir.
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events.
Recuerdo que mi compañero mencionó que recientemente sufrió un inusual episodio médico. Pues la pérdida de mi placa está relacionada con eso.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
Es posible, después de una noche de borrachera perdí todos los recuerdos. Que yo sepa, hasta podría habérmela comido. No recuerdo nada ni nada. Sí, no le pienso decir lo otro.
I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please.
Hija de puta. Tengo que responder. Que yo sepa, Hasta podría haberme comido, no recuerdo nada, ni en este mundo ni en este nada. Este mejor que lo otro. No voy a admitir que soy un puto borracho.
Oh dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Pero es, lo remarca.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Necesitamos la puta placa, tío.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
¿Cómo me escaqueo yo de esto? Entonces lo descubriré de un modo u otro. Hasta entonces hablemos de otra cosa. ¿Qué tipo de acuerdo?
I mean, favors for favors. A dirty alliance of some sort.
Simpatía con tu necia, ¿vale? Una turbia alianza. Vamos a aliarnos con esta, ¿por qué no? Esta es la que tiene el dinero. Así nos forramos, coño. 84%. ¿Cómo me escaqueo yo de esto? Venga, va.
Easy. Just offer her a favor. Like I said. Nice and dirty.
Turbo. Seguro que hay otra forma de demostrar nuestras credenciales como policías.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
No más porque la voy a subir toda a YouTube, no te preocupes, Xbox.
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Ponlos al día, va. Gracias. que tú lo dirás mejor que yo, creo. Básicamente, Xbox llevamos a un señor que se llama Z, que nos despertamos en un hotel, ¿vale? Súper borrachos. Se ve que somos detectives y hace 3 días que tendríamos que haber empezado a investigar un caso de un cadáver colgando afuera. Y han pasado muchas cosas. No hemos podido descolgar el cadáver. Estamos investigando dónde está la armadura que llevaba ese cadáver. Estamos intentando entrar en el puerto para pedir ayuda. Hay una huelga que no nos deja entrar. Intentamos recordar qué coño ha pasado el día porque estamos tan borrachos. Y no sabemos nada de nosotros. Aparte que habla mucho con él mismo. Etcétera, definitivamente, exacto. Ten por seguro que va a pedir algo complicado, como que.
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
Borracho y drogadicto, exacto.
They're profiting from this trade.
Se están beneficiando de ese comercio, ¿vale?
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones.
Podría estar bien.
Or you can recover your badge. Though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
Conseguir la placa será difícil.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Vale. Bien. A ver, vamos a hablar porque no, él me dirá que no lo haga.
Wow, you work hard.
Xavier Fire. Vaya, menudo gorro te pegas. ¿Tú crees?
Oh, yes. You hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there, but you keep it real and provide.
Sí, supongo que sí.
Oh, yeah. Like a horse. A workhorse. For hard work.
¿Pero qué quieres decir? Vale, me enchufo. ¿Pero qué quiere decir exactamente con lo que ocurre mucho?
Look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. You must have walked 200,000 steps down cracked asphalt, mosaic, sand,
me voy a hacer daño moral
and
o físico.
After you reemerge. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. You didn't make it that way, and you won't let it break you.
Joder, ya te digo, tiraré el puto carro hasta que la palme.
That's just what it's like. Life and death. But you got gills on
Está
your
pensando
side,
consigo
baby.
mismo ahora mismo.
Got those black papers with the faces of the innocents on them. You bring in the Franco Negros and the Solas. It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop and a sprinter and a money printer.
¿Se podría decir que también le sacaré algo de pasta mañana? No. Ah, y no olvidemos que los empeños que he hecho para este tipo tan sospechoso, Roy. Supongo que tengo unas pocas agallas, claro.
Sure. And has it been easy? Is life easy? Have you not gone into cardiac arrest? Are you not about to have an anxiety attack? Are you rich?
No, la verdad es que no.
That's right. You work harder than anyone. You almost rode yourself to the grave and you're still practically a hobo. Why is that?
Por culpa del puto hogar. No deja de darme por culo. El sistema está jodido. Ahí fuera hay un mercado de polis corruptos, pero los polis inmigrantes han hecho que el precio se desplome. Tío, putos impuestos. No sé, ¿por qué soy tan pobre?
Because of the taxes. G-Man's got his jam-covered sticky fingers in your pocket, stealing from you every time you buy, sell, walk, talk, fart, so much as sneeze.
No jodas, cada vez que estornudo.
Every time you wipe your ass, they got their direct and their indirect modes of
socialista
taxation.
y capitalista.
Sales tax, excise duty, extraction tax, alimony, one tax that doesn't even have a name. Plus there's the stuff. Keep 98% of all your money.
¿Cómo? No jodas, bueno, pues... pues supongo que ahora soy fundamentalista del libre mercado. No sé yo, ¿seguro? Parece que una cifra bastante grande. Se burlan de todos, ya. Esto no me ayuda con mis problemas económicos, solo me perjudica, empuja a ser fan del libre mercado.
What are you not sure about? They're milking your nipples till they bleed. Can't you see? Aren't you sick and tired of having bloody nipples?
Aceptar la idea un poquito, aceptar la idea, pero solo un poquito. Y rechazo la idea. Esto no me ayudará con mis problemas económicos, solo me empuja a ser fan del libre mercado. Fuera el libre mercado, rechazar idea.
What are you, a racist?
Ahora es racista, no, no.
Be a cool immigrant, ultra-liberal free market advocate. Ride or die. Keep it street.
Que no. Descartar la idea. Fuera.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would.
Tenemos que estar con el sistema, coño, que somos policías. Susurra al teniente. ¿Cómo esperabas que fuera?
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchmen.
Mantener la raya y bueno, no ofrecernos voluntarios para ser sus esbirros. ¿Os sigue que ahora somos sus esbirros?
This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way,
He doesn't let it show. But there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation.
¿Qué propones? ¿Que no investiguemos el tráfico de drogas? ¿Podríamos buscar mi placa? Eso es que no será posible esto. ¿Qué propones? ¿Que no investiguemos el tráfico de drogas?
If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we're siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hear the end of it.
Vale.
What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done and demand for her information on the lynching.
Vale, lo que supongo es que le preguntemos, luego investigamos, brevemente, se ajusta gafas, pero sin compartir el resultado de la investigación. Le decimos que hemos acabado y le pedimos información sobre el linchamiento. Vale. Vale, retomamos la conversación.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Vale, muy bien, háblame de ese supuesto tráfico de
It's
drogas.
quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samaran Isla into Revachol with the
Ingredients for what?
meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff.
A ver si lo entiendo. ¿Los materiales llegan a desamarra a Ravenshaw a través de la terminal?
Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock.
While Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am, do you mean to say the union also produces the product?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the union does not produce it.
Vale.
They transport the ingredients.
Un grande
for
que
a
me cae
cut.
muy bien, la verdad. Es súper, no sé. Tiene sus detalles. El tema de que vaya riendo cuando le pillas las cosas que le gustan. Me gusta eso, no sé. ¿Y qué es que lo investiguen? Vale.
Yes, but you won't get anything out of Everard and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
Me da falta un cortapernas para eso.
Unlikely, officer. I'm talking about the lorries. Once the ingredients reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers, well beyond our... Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment. I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share...
You'll be indebted to her, in a way. But one step ahead of the union in another.
Un paso por delante del sindicato por el otro. ¿Por qué no hablo antes con la MRC? Podríamos hacer esto. No es coincidencia que los camiones estén abandonados así, ¿verdad? Seguramente no. ¿Qué pruebas tienes de que el sindicato esté involucrado? O sea, esta tía ha metido a los esquilores delante de la puerta de ella. Seguro. Ya he decidido, vale. No es coincidencia que estén abandonados ahí, ¿verdad?
No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However, this is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the trade committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the draw. Thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. Not the East.
Well, at least this solves one mystery.
Lo que estuviesen parados, qué grande.
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Tract and beg them to open a drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in, on my motor carriage.
Tuve que llamar a East Motor Track y rogarles que me bajaran el puente levadizo. Llevaba dándole vueltas desde que llegué con mi carruaje motorizado.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. I'm sure you understand.
¿Qué pruebas tienes de que el sindicato está involucrado? Dirá que ninguna.
How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the fourth month straight.
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund...
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves.
Vale.
Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you.
It sounds like she tried looking into it herself, but she's clearly not the type your typical lorryman would confide in.
Vale. Vale, vamos a proceder.
Yes?
Estudiaremos el caso, sondearemos los conductores a ver qué sabemos, me parece bien.
Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I can keep the drawbridge up for a few more days. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
¿Sabías decirme algo de estos tatuajes?
That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question.
¿Entonces sabe algo de los tatuajes?
Better not tie the fourth day to the backstay on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
Vale, no pasa nada.
What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole.
Entonces,
It's a giant undertaking. The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy. Or
the Wild Pines group is one of the original Revolutionarian Indo tribes. Companies awarded royal monopolies by the king, the suzerain himself, centuries ago. The king is long gone, but several of the Indo tribes remain. She nods.
Of course, detective.
Vale. Vale, pues lo dejaremos aquí. Lo dejaremos aquí. Fumador, los guantes. Dejaremos aquí, está bien, está bien. Hemos avanzado bastante. He hecho más de lo que esperaba, pero bien. Cuidado con JOYCE. Es una manipuladora, ¿no? Bueno, ya me lo imaginaba eso. Ya me lo imaginaba. Esta es JOYCE, esta. Se llama JOYCE.
You're back.
Sí.
Good.
Cuidado con JOYCE. Bueno. Guardaremos la información. A ver qué tal sale. Dejamos aquí la grabación.